Hi, my name is Peter Feysa, and I am a performance coach, a seminar leader, and the founder of the Conquer Any Fear Academy. Today, I'm going to teach you my expertise, so to speak. I've been teaching this and mastering this subject for the last 4 to 5 years. I've been a coach for 12 years, and I'm going to give you the best strategies on how to maximize your confidence in 3 skills, 3 tips. The first step is to teach you how to maximize confidence in a specific area of your life. I'm sure that there's a specific area that you could think of if I had to ask you, if you wanted to maximize your confidence. I'm sure that you could probably think of something. The last 2 are going to be fairly general. How to maximize your confidence in specific situations on demand. If you're out being social in front of people, if you're if you're speaking in front of a crowd, if you're in an interview, these are things that you can apply to your life immediately. Those are skill or tip number 2 and tip number 3. But the first one that I'm going to teach you is like the foundation of confidence. So what makes you confident in a specific area? Well, there's this thing in psychology. The masters of psychology, the PhDs, call this the confidence competence loop. It's a loop in your brain that when you tap into it, it will give you more confidence. It's the more that you know something, the more competency you have in that area. And the more competency you have in that area, the more confident you become in that specific area. Here's an example. When you drove a car for the first time, you might have thought that you were going to die. If you're like me, I was on the freeway and I'm thinking, holy crap, we're like inches away from these other cars going 70 miles an hour. I felt like I was going to die. Fast forward a year later, I'm driving, eating my donut, stick shifting with my knee. I felt very confident because I'd done it a bunch of times. How can we apply it to a specific area of our life? Here's an example. 4 years ago, I was single for the first time. I went out with this lady for a long time, and I was single, and I'm like, man, I don't have any skills in the dating scene, and I want to be confident when I'm going out on dates with women. I went on this one first date, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I sat there, and I had a couple beers, and I'm like, holy crap, I was so nervous. I left and I felt like a total spaz. I felt like I was a total idiot. I felt ashamed and embarrassed. So I wanted to learn the skill of having a great date, right? Going out into the dating scene and being successful. So I developed competency in that area. The confidence loop. The competence loop. I developed a learning plan. I listened to MP3s on dating. I watched videos, I read books, I even bought like this little dating program. I wanted to learn, and I found out what a woman does when she wants you to kiss her. I wanted to know, man. You know, it gets really awkward in that situation. I wanted to know how to do that successfully. I learned all of these things, and I fooled my brain, I tricked my brain that, wow, I can actually be successful in this thing. If your belief is that you will be successful in something, that means you're confident. So as soon as I went on my second date, I felt like, wow, like I'm confident. Nothing changed except for the fact I did all that research, that I learned about it. Does that make sense? So let's just say you want to have confidence when you're speaking. Okay, well, how can you tap into the confidence competence loop? What's your learning plan? This is what I ask all my clients. Well, what I would suggest is go to the place you're going to speak. When you go around, you're developing competency with that specific environment. You feel comfortable. Read a book on speaking. Talk to people who have spoken before and get tips. Gathering this information is going to trick your brain into feeling more confident, and you will actually show up feeling confident. So how can you apply this specific confidence competence loop tip to a specific area in your life that you want to be confident with? My second tip for you is how to generate confidence instantly in any situation. A confident person, how do they look? If I had to ask you on the other side of this wall, there's somebody who's extremely confident. What do they look like? Well, naturally, you might think they expand, their chin is up, right? They take up space, their voice is like powerful. You don't even have to see them, but you can imagine that. Whereas if I said on the other side of this wall, there's somebody who's fearful, anxious, who has no confidence, what do they look like? It would be like they contract. Their voice is lower, their chin is down, right? They look like this. Maybe they're walking around like that. I don't know. We've seen it. We've all felt like this, right? So in order to create confidence instantly, you just have to use what we call a bio trigger. Now, what a bio trigger is something that confident people do naturally. And so if you start doing these specific bio triggers, it will literally trick or trigger your brain into feeling confident. Here's an example. When I am about to go on stage and speak, I start doing a bio trigger. A bio trigger is I start using my hands immediately when I get on stage and I'm starting to talk with people. I start using big gestures. I try to expand as much as I possibly can. My fear is telling me to contract, which is another bio trigger, and you don't want to do that. So if you're going to go into a social situation, let's just say, start using bio triggers. Start using hand gestures. Start lifting your chin up. Force your chin to be up. If you start to do one of these, force it up, okay? Start using more of your voice. Unlock that latent energy in your chest. The more you expand and the more that you physically, energetically move, the more confident that you're going to feel. So start doing that in any situation. I prefer to do that also in uncomfortable social situations. I'll start using my gestures and I'll start using my hands in the beginning, and it will put me in the modality of feeling confident. Try it immediately. Try that within the next 12 hours. If you can, stamp it into your daily rituals. The third tip that I'm going to teach you is the easiest way to create confidence in your life. So far, we've developed how to create confidence in an area, how to develop confidence instantly in any situation using bio triggers. Now we're going to talk about what we call embodied cognition. It's a really fancy schmancy word for something that you can do, and you probably may even be already doing it, but you don't know it. So I'm going to tell you how to do it so you can replicate it. Does that make sense? But first, let me share with you a statistic. Did you know that if you put on a lab coat worn by a doctor and you think it's like a real lab coat, that you, probability-wise, statistically, will perform better on a test, like a written test? And you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with confidence? Everything. Think about it. If you think that you can perform better on a test just because you're wearing a lab coat, then this opens up the possibility of you doing and killing life at a whole new level. This is called embodied cognition. Then when you affect your body in some way, shape, or form, how you look physically, it affects your belief system in your brain, and it gives you the ability or false ability that you can do something successfully. That's the definition of confidence. So if you dress the part, you will feel more confident. Here's an example. Have you ever been out? You're at a coffee shop or you're walking around and you see somebody and they're dressed in their Sunday best. This might be like their best outfit that they actually own. And they're walking around feeling confident and they're looking around to see if anybody's looking at them, right? And you know, like, that's their one outfit, but it makes them feel like they're super ultra confident and they're feeling it and it's great. That's embodied cognition. So here's what I would like for you to do. Go out and buy a new shirt, okay? Here's what I did before we did this video. I shaved because my embodied cognition, and I'm actually smelling pretty good. You can't smell me, but I put on a little aftershave. Nobody's gonna smell me except for me. And that's what gives me confidence. That's what gives me a valuable self-esteem. How I'm viewing myself at this moment based on what I'm wearing is making me feel good. That's giving me the juice. That's giving me the confidence. So what you want to do in the morning is spend like 10 to 15 minutes, not because you're conceited or you feel like, you're like little Miss Priss thing or Mr. Thing. It is literally to help you feel like you are at your best. And imagine if you brought that everywhere you went. Take the sweats off before you go to the store. Put some jeans on. Wear something nice everywhere you go. Your energy, your self-esteem, the way that you value yourself is the most important thing that you have. It's your greatest asset. So what I want you to do is I want you to protect your self-esteem and your energy and pump it up in any way, shape, or form that you can on a daily basis, and watch as your confidence increases. Specifically for an interview, or if you're out on a date, or if you're going to work, dress the part. So in review, in a specific area of your life, what I want you to do is develop a learning plan. Meaning I want you to learn as much as you can in that specific area that you want to be confident in, and see what are the things that will make you more confident, whatever the area that is. The second thing is when you're going into a specific situation that you want more confidence, start immediately using bio triggers. Start using your hands more. Start increasing your energy. Start moving. Start expanding. Chin up. Vocalize. And the third thing is embodied cognition. Dress the part. Shave. Do your hair. Whatever that means to you. Look the part and feel the part. Be a badass. Own it. Wherever you're going, own that. Shit. So as always, my name is Peter Feysa, and I'm here to help you conquer any of your fears that stand between you and your ultimate vision. So remember to make your dreams happen now. Until next time. I don't have like a video out thing. Until next time, everybody. Cheers. I love you.